Well, it don't seem to me quite so funny what some people are going to do for money. There's a brand new gimmick every day just to take somebody's money away. These gimmicks are around us everywhere we look. They're in our advertising, they're in television, they're in the music. They sell us everything from religion to cars to socks. Everything has some sort of gimmick to control the minds of the masses to where they will be good consumers of junk. Things that are not based in the truth, things that are not provable. They will sell you anything. They stand to tell you that the school systems are successful. The head of the police force came out last week and said that crime in the city of Chicago is down. Nevertheless, each and every weekend, there are at least 10 to 20 shootings that are reported. At least. And yet we continue to listen. We continue to react as if everything they feed us and sell us through gimmicks are based in and of the truth. We come to tell you that investigation is the key to finding what truth is. Asking questions. We constantly and very adamantly repeat that technique on this program because we believe that asking questions is the only thing, the truth is the only thing that can stand up to questioning. Everything else you can find out what it is based in just by asking the right questions, asking the correct questions. It's important to know that when we ask questions that we are seeking the truth. We're not seeking something that someone can just tell us. We're listening to the answer to make sure it matches up to what we have heard. And that in turn, the truth connects within itself. The truth do not need you nor I to support it. If you know the truth, just learn to say it. Don't ever try to force it down anyone's throat. It's one of the things I have a problem with when it comes to churches. They're forcing you to come. They're making you feel guilty. They're using gimmicks such as the music, such as the dress code, such as so many different other things. And when you get there, there's no spirit. There's no goal of helping the community. And helping the community should be and should always have been the goal of our churches and our community activities. Now, I stand before you today having last week talked about the idea of creation versus evolution. I do have another show prepared on that subject, which will be part 2. But this week, I came across a few things that compelled me to write this show, which would also make me ask a couple of questions to you, the listening public. Assure yourself, I take this very seriously. I may say things in a joking way, but my content is very accurate and very on point and very spirit-filled. I constantly look at, and as of late, we have the trial here in Chicago of our former governor, Blagojevich, and we are marveled every day at the jury, the trial, the evidence, the phone tapes, the phone calls. And my thing is this, and I draw the conclusion as I look back on the past governors and politicians who have been caught stealing money or trading money for jobs or doing things illegally, and the type of punishment that they get for these white-collared crimes. It is amazing where they send these people. If you remember, Martha Stewart got sent to a place called Camp Cupcake. Who would not want to go to a place? It sounds like a vacation resort. There are so many of these politicians and rich billionaires that are constantly draining the economy of the money that should be used to help the needy people. I don't feel sorry for Mr. Blagojevich, because if he does get convicted, he'll probably have a better cable package than me, and I pay $14 a month. It is important to understand that these white-collar crimes should be stripped down. The punishment for them should be more basic. I would love to be able to see the governor, if he's convicted, to get, they need to make him give all of his assets back to the public which is the people he stole it from, give everything he earns and then give him a regular job. I would love to see past governors like Governor Ryan on the side of the Dan Ryan picking up trash for his everyday meals, supporting his family with an everyday average ordinary job. This is something that these people do not have the concept of because they're so used to using politics, creating gimmicks to make people vote for them. There was a dinner here in Chicago the other night, an astronomical price. So what? It was the president. It doesn't make any difference. We voted him in. We love him. We really feel that he's doing a great job, but he's still a politician. And in politics, money is what counts. Fundraising is what counts. We want to help the people who the money is for there to be helped for. That's what's important. And I really think we've gotten away from that as voters. The politicians has gotten very far away from it. I really think politics need to be completely torn down and rebuild back up, if at all rebuild. We no longer need politicians to control our lives because that's what they're trying to do. Everywhere you look, they're after school parades, they're going back to school parades, stop the violent parades, gun turn-ins at police stations, and all of it is just a smidgen, a small portion of what is going on in our community. Our community is being riddled by guns, drugs, and violence. The means to every conflict, the means to every end of every conversation would have to be aggression in people. And it's mostly black people to black people. We have yet to learn to get along with each other. We have yet to learn to look at each other as we look at ourselves. We have yet to learn that as we look at our fellow man, as we look at our fellow brother, as we look at our fellow sister, it is a reflection of who we are as a community. These gimmicks, however, make us believe that we are the best at whatever it is we try to do, that no one's better than us. Coaches tell their teams that you can do it. Don't let him take over you. Don't let him. It's all about being self-centered as opposed to being a community. I stand to tell you that the only answer, the only true way to the true glory and the God's blessings that he has for us is for us to come together. No one on this planet has ever done anything on their own. Believe me, we need each other in order to succeed. We need to learn to pray. I've said that on this program several times. In order to learn to succeed. We need to learn to be a family again. Stop listening to the gimmicks. Gimmicks are for the masses, and the masses do not understand how to come together. Everybody is an individual. It's not about coming together. So let's begin to come together. We need political equality, not gimmicks. The gimmicks that they sell us tell us that it is possible that there's a cure for everything you have as long as you take this pill. If you watch the effects of the pill, in some cases, you'd rather have the disease that you have. The pills are more harmful to you than the cure. The disease itself will make you live longer than if you was to take the medication that the doctors are gladly able to prescribe for you. Gimmicks. Gimmicks are everywhere. They're in the music. They're in our literature. They're definitely in our schools. They're in everything we touch. It's all about drawing you in to draw money out of your pocket. There is a brand new gimmick every day for that specific purpose, to draw money from the public over things that are not necessarily needed. Right now, the cars on the streets of Chicago have these big boom boxes, $13,000, $14,000 systems inside the car. You hear that before you see the car. It's amazing what they've installed in our children's minds, what they've told them that is hip, what they believe is cool. It is amazing that our parents are not here to let us know what is cool. It's about being a community, which is where we come from. Don't let the gimmicks clog you up. Have a free mind. See, I have this moron thing that I do called thinking, and it makes me not that good of an American because they can't just sell me anything. I'm going to ask questions, and I encourage you to do the same. Be a moron. Think. Look at something and don't just accept it for what it is. understand that you must ask questions. In asking questions, we'll see you next week. Peace.